Unmute me!
Listen to me, you whining little whelp.
From the Gettysburg Tour Studio.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
All the DJs say this one's on its way. Number one.
You think I have something down to with science?
Shut up!
You're listening to From Studio 1A.
The popular podcast addressing Gettysburg.
Cool.
Yes, sir. Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
Addressing Gettysburg today.
There's no time. Hello, exactly.
I never thought of that. Bullshit.
All they need to do is roll rocks down on it. Take them from the rear. Scorpion woman.
Oh, hello, Ronnie. Hello, Ronnie. Hello, Ronnie.
Why, hello, Matthew.
Well, we're late, but for very good reason.
Kind of a good reason.
Well, you
on my end, I'm not sure if there's a reason on your end, but on my end.
Well, we were waiting for you.
Yeah, I was chasing
That's
the
our
dog
excuse.
around the neighborhood.
We were just talking, and then I'm like, oh, look, it's 5:05, and then you texted, and I was like, oh, okay. So we'll just blame it on Veronica.
That works.
So Veronica is the reason why we are late.
And I'm going to blame it on Mead because he's the real reason we're late.
The dog ate your homework. Blaming it on the dog.
Dog almost ate the neighbor.
What happens? What happens in your house?
It's just a mess.
What happens in your house when someone passes wind? Do you blame the dog too?
Oh, of course. That's what we have him for.
Of course. It
Unless
must have
it's
been
a good one, you can just take credit for it and be like, that was pretty good. That one right there was pretty good. That's mine.
That's pretty good. No, so what happened? Mead ran away.
So Mead does not love us. No. Mead realized that he's a tall dog with long legs, and he can easily get over the 3-foot fence that the that the previous owners have in our backyard. So he figured it out by accident maybe 3 or 4 days ago because he just had his front paws up and he was leaning to sniff into the neighbor's yard and just kind of tumbled over because he's a goof. Today, he intentionally was like, oh, shit, I can get over this, and just, went right to the same spot and just, took a leap. And the neighbor's afraid of dogs because she was bit when she was little, and it was just...
Time to get over it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, you were little.
No, I understand.
Go to a therapist.
Stop. But they could not have been nicer. They helped us get him, and because of course he wasn't listening because he had freedom, and poor mom was holding on to Sally in the yard, hurried up and grabbed her collar, and it wasn't a little bit of a nightmare.
Do you think Sally would have followed suit?
I really don't know. We didn't give her a chance. I don't know.
Mead was the one that's more timid, right?
Mead is more timid, but he's more of a goof, too. He's younger. He just has these little spurts of random energy. And Sally's a lot more low-key, but she's coming out of her shell in terms of not being as timid, but she's not as, hyper as he gets. She'll play. She'll run around the yard and stuff, but he, runs around the yard and tries to tackle her, and she just kind of she's like, all right, dude, it's good. We're good.
Sure.
She's probably on the 8-year-old spectrum more than, the 2-year-old spectrum.
Sure, right.
So she's kind of over it, but...
Well, that's okay, but you got him then.
Oh, we got him
back.
Yeah, I think only because the leash was still... So what we've been doing since he figured out he could get over accidentally was now we go out and always have at least the 6-foot leashes on both of them. Mm-hmm. But if we feel like there's no real distractions in the back or anything, we kind of just drop the leashes so they can kind of play around a little bit and go to the bathroom, whatever. But something caught his attention and he just bolted down in the corner of the yard, just right over the fence. And had he not had the leash, it would have been a little bit more difficult to catch him because we were able to just step on the leash when I finally caught up to him. But yeah.
Did you ever see these people that if they have more than one dog, they have the leash that has two?
Two?
Yeah.
That's
got to be a pain in the ass.
The weird thing is, for as crazy as both of them are in terms of they were, I don't know anything, right? We have no idea what their background is. I don't know if they were abused. I don't know how long they were out in the wild, whatever. They obviously, they don't know sit. They don't know any commands. We're trying to teach them recall, calm, all this other stuff, whatever. For as weird as they are, in the yard and just every which way, when we do take them on walks, mom has one on one leash and I have they don't play, they don't do anything. It's a walk and they go and they're focused. They don't interact. They walk side by side. But so maybe it wouldn't be that hard to believe that two of them could be on
I guess you'd have to have pretty well behaved dogs.
Yeah. I mean, but I wouldn't exactly call these two well behaved. They're just but I think they might possibly get the concept of that. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, you should get one and try it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen some. It's better than getting a a baby carriage
Oh yeah.
for your dog. You see people with those. But I
Yeah.
mean, those dogs are tiny.
They are tiny. Towards the end of Jay's life, I mean, he was pushing 16, right?
Right.
Like he was getting. It really crossed my mind to like get like a little Red Ryder wagon, take him around town. But
Yeah, but he was
he
was
was
in
old.
the
Yeah.
September of his years. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm talking about a completely
Yeah, like a
able
little
dog.
Pomeranian or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
yeah.
Put him in your purse or something. Or
yeah.
Dogs.
no, I don't either.
Did you really just have me on mute?
I did. I had you on the on air. See I'm not used to the on air button. You know.
Confuses me.
Yeah. But go ahead. What were you saying?
I never understood the point of the little dogs. Like why? If you want a tiny wee pet, get a cat.
Or a hamster. Or a gerbil.
Well, I don't know if I do that route.
I had
Cat. Like what's the point of having a 3-pound dog? So you can tote it around with you? Why?
Well, if you're Amber Heard, it's so you can blame the shit in the bed on the dog. Have you been following that,
No.
Veronica? I mean,
Have not.
I've been wanting to
Have
talk
not.
to you about that case because you're a lawyer, and I find it very fascinating to watch for several reasons. But one of them is because of how Johnny Depp's team used objections to just fluster the other side, and I thought it was great. I mean, they just they couldn't hide. Objection, and then like the face on Amber Heard or the lawyer, it was just like because they had no case. It was obvious they had no case, and but you didn't follow any of it, huh?
I saw maybe a total of 5 minutes worth of clips.
It doesn't really seem like you missed much of anything.
Yeah.
It was like one long objection after another.
But it was a freak show for sure. I mean,
I've heard. My mom watched a little bit of it more throughout the days, like and things like that. Just have something on, or because it was always on, which is also a commentary on our society,
We
right?
gotta
Like,
get
who
Kat a
really
hobby.
cares? I know, during the day.
A hobby that's not tequila.
Yeah.
she's got to join like a bridge club or something.
Yeah.
No, but what are you saying?
No, I mean, I think it's a little bit of a commentary on like just society, right? Like, why should we, or why do we care about watching 24/7 coverage of a lawsuit between two people that?
Well, I think in that case, it's because Johnny Depp is a beloved actor, and everybody loves Edward Scissorhands and Jack Sparrow and all that stuff. And I don't know, like people love to watch other people's problems.
Yeah, but okay, go to any courtroom across any county in any part of the country, and there's always something. So I don't quite get it. I don't understand the whole. I mean, it wasn't like even OJ, right? Back in the day, that was like what?
Yeah,
like,
but
oh
that
my
was
God, it was a murder, right?
Yeah.
It was like this,
It was a
This is
child.
like these people are calling each other names, and they're like,
Yeah, like she's
crappy to each other. I don't understand.
Right.
Why is this newsworthy? I don't get it.
Well, because she was trying to say that he was abusive and everything. But what was so funny about it was that she recorded most of those recordings. She recorded them, and she's on there saying, okay, so I hit you. Who's going to believe it? No one's going to believe that I hit you. Oh, what a baby, Johnny. Like, she was a real...
Oh, wow.
She was a real...
It was pretty damning.
Yeah.
Wow. See, okay.
There's a word that I will not use for her on this show, but that's what she was.
So that wasn't in the 5 minutes of the clips I've seen.
No,
'cause
you
I
missed.
I
yeah.
really.
Well,
And then her
I'll get
dog
you
stepped
caught
on
up
a
to speed
bee.
later.
Yeah.
Her dog stepped on a bee.
Okay. What does that mean? I
She
don't understand
made
what
that stupid face.
she made a face.
Like she
I was like, what does that mean?
She said that
My
in
dog
her
stepped on a bee.
testimony, like on the witness stand. My dog stepped on a bee. Like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
But isn't so? She was. I caught the James Franco thing, right? She had an affair with him.
Yeah.
She was then dating like Elon Musk. Like she.
Yeah.
Who hasn't
Like,
had an affair
like,
with James Franco?
Right.
Come on.
I was going to say, I had an affair with both of them, so it's not that
then
big
you're
of a
missing
deal.
out.
So
Yeah.
I shouldn't be that impressed.
No.
I just was like, I don't know. I'm not a movie person to begin with. I mean, I definitely know who Johnny Depp is. I'm sure. I know I've seen some of his work.
Yeah.
Her, I've never heard of. I don't know
Nobody's
anything
ever
about.
heard
I mean,
of
I
her
don't know,
until
like,
now.
No,
I don't
That's
know.
the problem.
She's in
I
like
don't know.
one thing.
What?
And I don't remember.
Aquaman?
Hang on. Oh yeah.
Other than Aquaman, though, what? What was she in?
I don't even know what Aquaman is.
Johnny Depp's
Oh,
bed.
she was in in his bed, in Johnny Depp's bed. She was in Rum Diaries. That's where she met Johnny Depp, which is, I never saw that movie either. But now I want to because I'm very curious. But no, it's I don't know. It's a train wreck, and everybody has to watch. And I think like what was
been
really
conditioned to
interesting.
this.
We have.
What is it?
We've been conditioned to fall for these things. And to me, what I want to know is
my
what was
point.
going on while we were all watching that.
But see, here's my point. Like is a millionaire however many times over, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the verdict was, does he really need it?
No.
First, so like,
And he knows he's
just
not gonna get it, though.
Like, he voluntarily dragged all his shit out into the open too, right? Like, just to prove that she lied about how bad he really is.
Well, he lost
He wasn't
work.
quite that. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
What? Like.
Oh, he's been cut out.
He's been cut out of everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
he's been,
okay, then I know.
they cut him out of the Pirates franchise. He's the freaking
Yeah.
Pirates franchise. Like
You built the whole.
okay.
That's like Star Wars,
still
and we're
don't
not
get
going to
it.
have a
I
Luke
still don't get it.
Skywalker anymore.
yes.
Yeah,
It's
yes, I am in the too poor to understand this concept.
No, we've just
category. Like, I'm like, I don't know.
You were talking about what makes it newsworthy. It's not.
Yeah.
But ever since the 24-hour news station became a thing,
Yeah.
there's not enough newsworthy stuff to fill 24 hours.
No, there isn't.
So you start finding bullshit
Right. Well,
and making things up. And that's why, like, if you watch any of the major network news stations now, it's all opinion and commentary.
Right.
Yeah.
They've run out of shit to talk about because you used to be able to handle it in like a half an hour at 6 o'clock
Right.
in the evenings. Period. Done.
Yeah.
This is all you need to know for the day. And now you've got 23 and a half more hours that you have to fill. What do you do it with?
So again,
Great
Bullshit.
Gutfield.
Court TV, the channel Court TV, fine, have at it,
Court
cover
TV,
it,
yeah.
right? That is your genre, right?
Sure.
But like you watch a Fox or an MSNBC or a CNN or whatever, NPR, you listen to something like that. At least they're in theory debating things that make an impact on everyday Americans, gun violence, the war in Ukraine, inflation. Like, they're at least, whether you agree with their position or not, they're at least discussing things that, like, Johnny Depp, whether he wins a verdict or not, makes absolutely zero difference in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Right? And it just, I
Absolutely.
don't.
Sure.
I don't know. I just won't. I just don't think I'll ever get it.
It's like
I don't know.
gladiatorial events.
Yeah. That's exactly
in
what
Rome,
it is.
Right? You just keep the people entertained.
And you know what else is interesting though is that I thought it was
we're
like
gonna go
sociologically
really
interesting on the fact that most of the people supporting him were women.
Right. Well, okay. So of the small clips I saw, the one clip was some crazy woman be like, "Johnny, I have your baby" or something. He was like, "Oh,
yeah.
He was like acknowledging these weirdos." I'm like, "What is?"
Well, he's weird.
It is. The
Yeah.
whole thing.
Have you
That's
ever
what I'm saying.
seen
I don't
Johnny
get
Depp?
it.
Like,
I don't
this is
get
Edward
it. Like, I
Scissorhands.
just don't get it.
Yeah, he doesn't get those weird roles because he's a normal guy.
Right.
Like he's a weirdo.
It's the original goth kid.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was fascinating to me. One of our listeners, Amanda, she'd been messaging back and forth and with me, and she's obsessed with it. So she shares clips with me and stuff like that. And that's one of the things we talk about is how no women seem to be, well, not no women, but a good number of women are on his side, and they just see through her bullshit, and a lot of guys I know, I won't name any names, yours truly, have been in relationships with Amber Heard types. And so as soon as the first time I heard her privately recorded conversations with him and the way she talked to him, I was like, oh, I've been there. I believe him. I don't need to hear anything else. Like, I
Well,
believe
you're a
him.
baby, so it makes sense. I mean,
And that's what it was. It was like, oh, so you stubbed your toe, Matt, because they pushed you into the table. Ooh, who's going to believe you?
Call the police.
Yeah, go call the police. You're twice my size. That was funny, too. She was trying to say that he was much bigger than him, and they're like the same size.
I was gonna say, isn't he? He's kind of
He's
tiny.
tiny.
There was
They're
a
all
clip
tiny.
of him like
Yeah, he's
standing
not a
outside a
super
car, and his
big
car
dude.
or his head barely like hit
Yeah,
the roof.
yeah.
I was like, boy, he's small.
Yeah, they're all
Little.
small. Most actors are small. Is that true, Pearl? Most actors are small? If they're men, yeah. They don't really get the tall ones.
That's wild. Yeah.
There's not a lot of tall actors out there. No.
Wonder why that is.
I don't know. Probably something to do with cameras, like being in the same shot with a woman, and then you're not so like, I don't know. That's my guess.
It's like 6'7" though. He's like really popular.
Yeah.
Who?
But there are
trying to
tall
think of his
women
name.
actresses like models.
Well, there's
and
a
stuff,
few
right?
No,
really.
He was in Swingers. God, Jesus.
Oh, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, Vince Vaughn. He's like 8 feet tall.
Yeah, he's tall. He's a tall one. Anyway, do we have a beaver update? Speaking of Amber Heard, do we have any?
They're still there.
They're still there.
I still have my Canadian coin. Thank you, Mary.
Well, the shirts are on their way. We're just working out the designs, but Team Beaver and Team Mozart shirts will be available, and you can go and show who you support.
Yeah, but the Team Beaver ones won't actually be for sale. You can never get one.
Right. Well, they'll always be out of stock, which will make people think, oh, well, then everybody's doing the work for me because everybody's bought them. They're out of stock. The reality is we just chose a supplier that doesn't have any more shirts left.
Funny.
Okay, and then let's see here. Have you noticed? All right. So
I'm messing with these. I don't know what.
Well, maybe because you don't have them on right. I don't know.
I don't
either.
Possible.
Have you noticed that the fields on the park have not been mowed like they are normally mowed?
I have noticed that. Yes.
And of course, we don't get a reason for this, and so conspiracy theories abound.
You didn't get your newsletter this month?
No, I'm sorry. What was the newsletter?
I mean, I'm not going to share mine.
Well, then, you see, if I have to be in a club, then it's really...
when do you ever get updates about anything?
No, you don't.
Okay,
you don't.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
the
what I'm
way
saying.
you said it, like
we have
no
sex than
explanation
Tinder.
about why they're not mowing the grass. Oh, sorry,
Well,
Matthew.
they have a PR department or whatever they call it, media department, whatever, and it's just like there's no communication. Like, hey, you may notice that the fields are not mowed the way that's because of this, that's because of that. They don't do that. But instead, everybody around town talks and theorizes, and the conspiracy theories are wonderful.
It's really amazing, like how many people haven't figured out that Little Round Top's going to be closed yet. I see it like twice a day.
What are you talking
Hey, is Little
about?
Round Top going to be closed when I come in the fall? Yeah, dude. Almost certainly. Yeah. I just wanted to let you know we're being porn spammed again.
Are we?
Yeah, we
oh,
sure
that's
are.
an honor. That's an honor. What are they selling this time?
It seems we have more cheap sex than Tinder.
Who does? We do?
Naked-hd.xyz.
Great. I will check. Let me write that down, Eric. Give me that again, please.
Is this where you get a kickback from everybody that clicks on that?
Yeah.
I know what your guys are up to.
Click away,
I
folks. Click away.
I know about our audience. Where is Mike Lentz?
He's at work today. He's at work.
That's Mike's side gig. He's just spamming the shit out of our page.
All right, so real quick, on Monday on Ask a Gettysburg Guide, Berdan Sharpshooters with Chaz Fennell and Main Roads to Gettysburg on Monday on the Patreon feed with Tom Huntington. That's a good book. We talk about the 16th, 17th, and 19th Maine in this episode, but he has all of the Maine regiments who were here at Gettysburg and their story from when they were formed all the way to the Battle of Gettysburg, and I think a little bit afterwards too. So
I think that's fake history. I thought there was only the 20th.
That's right. Well, that's
It's revisionist history. Yeah.
that's why it's an important book.
Okay.
Because we have to learn that there was more than the 20th Maine.
I see.
And that's about it as far as all that stuff goes. So let me see here. Yeah, that's it. All right, so let's take a break. And we'll come back from the break. Pearl Shannon is here. She's going to give us a little update as to all the frivolity that's going on this weekend. And, there's a bunch of other people. We'll talk to them. We'll see what happens. God only knows. We'll be right back.
Send an email to info@addressinggettysburg.com. Be sure to include the reason why you think you'd make a good guest when you write us.
When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah.
Oh my gosh.
Give him a heart.
What do I do?
Very family friendly. We had a wonderful time with our son.
Me and my friends were able to rent these bikes and go at our own pace, so we were able to just do what we wanted to do when we wanted to do it, and I highly recommend it to anybody else.
It seemed like the right way to go to view the wonderful sights and also get an incredible amount of history from Bob.
Our tour guide Bruce was so knowledgeable about the facts and the history of these battlefields that I came away with an understanding that was unmatched by any other means.
The breeze on the battlefield made up for the hot day.
I had a wonderful time, great trip, lots of history, wonderful bike ride, perfect weather. Could have asked for a nicer day. Highly recommend it.
If you're going to tour Gettysburg, I would recommend doing it on the bike. It's a lot of fun. I loved it. It was awesome.
We really couldn't stump the professor with any of our questions, so we thought it was really well worth it.
It was an excellent day out and got you outside and experienced the weather. Beautiful weather out here today.
We had a lot of fun. If you're thinking about it, I'd just say give it a shot. It was awesome for us. I hope it's awesome for you guys too.
Go to gettysbike.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Have you noticed our revamped website at addressinggettysburg.com? Well, that's the fine work of a man named Mike Stretch, and he also redid our logo for us. Both of them I originally designed, and both of them were originally horrible, but now they're nice, and that's all thanks to Mike. Mike has an awesome t-shirt company called Heritage Depot. There you'll find great designs based on Gettysburg and the Civil War with t-shirts and other types of merchandise. So go to heritage-depot.com and spruce up your Gettys Nerd wardrobe. That's heritage-depot.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
From the patriots of Bunker Hill to those who embarked upon the Great Crusade at Normandy. From the blue-clad Federals at Gettysburg who gave the last full measure of devotion, to the many thousands who did the same at places like Belleau Wood, Chosin, Yadrong, and Fallujah. The American warrior is the greatest warrior the world has ever known, who, through sacrifice and dedication to the nation they served, have composed a history worthy of being remembered. Join me, Colby Sumner, to hear their story and to connect our current and future American warriors to those of our past on America, Fog of War.
You're listening to Address.
Glad you stuck around. We're back. Here's Matt.
All right, so we're back now, and there's a lot of stuff going on in town this weekend. Why, Veronica?
Why? You don't know?
Why is there a lot of stuff going on?
It is Pride Month.
It is Pride Month,
Am I muted?
and
I think
no,
I'm
you're not muted. No,
I can't hear
It's just
myself.
you got to speak up. That's why. You've got to speak
It's
up.
Pride Month.
It's Pride Month. Yeah, you do sound quiet.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that? Let's see. Go ahead. No. Let me see here. Go ahead. Talk now.
It's Pride Month.
Oh, there we go. Okay. And so it's Pride Month, and here to talk about Pride Month, the month of Pride, if you will, is our friend Pearl Shannon. And Pearl is all the way here from Manhattan, right?
I am.
You still live in Manhattan.
I still live in Manhattan.
And do you like living in Manhattan?
I do.
You do?
I do. It's weird to, because I live in the center of Manhattan, so it's weird to be here and hear nothing outside, you know, because I'm used to people screaming or car crashes or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Stick around.
It's
Yeah, live in town.
yeah, right. So it's no, I enjoy it. It's a good time.
All right, good. So you're down here, not necessarily for Pride, or are you? No, you're just down here, and it happens to be Pride.
Yeah. My family owns the Battlefield Bed and Breakfast, and so it's run by gay people, and so I was like, yeah, I'll come down and spend some time with you, and it just happened to be Pride. So they're having like a little family event that I'm going to go to.
Now this is something that you told me, she told me about it, and I said, oh, when's that going to be? Maybe we'll stop by. And she goes, oh, you're not welcome.
Yeah.
She said, no straighties allowed.
I said I'm actively heterophobic.
Yes,
so.
yes. And I said, oh,
What's it feel
okay.
like, huh?
Yeah.
How's it feel?
What does it feel like now?
It feels hypocritical is what it feels like. That's what it feels
right,
like.
I'm the hypocrite here.
Yes,
100%.
because for how many decades have we heard, accept us, don't exclude us, and now I can't go to your little party.
And how does it feel?
Stupid. But I didn't do that to you. Anyway, so you're going to have your little party. That's great.
Right, my
That's
little
great.
family get together.
Well, I broke out the chaps and the boa, and
I asked you if you want to come and drag.
well, that's not drag. That's just Saturday.
Exactly, and that's why you're not going.
Because that's my normal.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. No, but so then, but tell us about Pride, because nobody here is really into any of that stuff.
Right.
And we, so we go to the.
I'm a proud ally, for the record. I'm a very proud ally, and
I'm just saying. Oh please, everything's a controversy. All I'm saying is that nobody is involved with the organization of it or anything. Last year we went to the
Thaddeus
parade.
Stevens Society has a table.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. What does that mean? They have a table.
They're into that stuff.
First
of all, you're like Kenny on South Park with that mask on. I could barely hear you.
Great. I'm going to do another one just for that.
No, so really, what is the history of Pride? Because this is what, a fourth annual? Sixth annual.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
It is. It's for Gettysburg, but
for
I mean,
Gettysburg,
Pride has
sure.
been-
Right. Pride is, Well, what is your question the history of Pride in Gettysburg, or the history
No,
of
just in
Pride?
general, the whole
that's
thing.
That's a whole story. So, the original Pride was a riot. There was
like it was funny?
No.
Oh.
Meaning like the buildings burned down and everything.
People were killed.
They had a riot.
Like the opposite of funny.
Yeah, the opposite of funny.
Okay.
And so I don't remember the year, but I believe it was 70s or 60s or 70s.
70s.
Yeah,
You're talking
70s.
Stonewall?
Stonewall,
70s.
yeah. And so, there was awful discrimination and all that.
Yeah, they were getting arrested.
Yeah, they were getting
like
arrested.
for having a gay bar or something,
Yeah.
right?
Well, actually, the owner, God, I hope this is right. The owner of the bar was a mafia boss's wife, and that's
Really?
why they weren't getting shut down immediately, is because they didn't want to mess with the mafia.
So the mafia.
I think.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. I'm not a historian.
Look that up, Ronnie. That's interesting. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, so the original Pride started when a lot of queer people and drag queens and drag kings and transgender people got really fed up, and they decided that they're not going to be harassed and arrested and killed and beaten for being themselves in a space that they created for themselves.
We're here, we're queer, get used to it. We don't want any more bears.
Exactly. And so that was the start of Pride, and since then it's grown, and I'm seeing a trend of a lot more people actually realizing that being heterosexual is not necessarily the norm, which is really great, especially during Pride Month. Is, you know, everything's a spectrum, and who you are is valid and beautiful just as much as anybody else. So, yeah, it's you know, years and years and years from then, it's now blossomed into a beautiful thing because of trans women and trans men and queer people. You know,
I was driving down the street and I saw people walking on the sidewalk, and it's almost like a circus-like atmosphere, you know, where like everybody's dressed up in different. The one girl had like these really long, and they were clearly, it was a wig, because these things were like down to her ankles,
Right.
like ponytails on either side of her hair, and it was like this really crazy blue color.
Yeah.
And she had a cape on, and
I love
these like big boots and everything, and everybody just kind of just. Last year when we went to the well, it was after we missed the parade, but afterwards we went to lunch at Blue and Gray. Oh, you saw the parade? Yeah. Oh, I thought we all went together.
Nice.
Wait, did I? Oh.
You came late.
He's invited to
Where
the
was
family.
Where the hell was I? Why was I late?
You had somebody in town or something.
Oh.
Somebody was doing
Something straight.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
No.
It wasn't a woman, but anyway. So,
Right.
no, because they don't like me. What do you want from me? All right, so now I've lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, when we were at Blue and Gray, I saw a rather rotund guy with Daisy Dukes on, and the whole time I was eating my seared tuna, I had to look at his ass crack, and that was great.
Nice.
So, yeah, it is a wonderful time. It is a wonderful time.
It is.
It's an appetizing time.
Disconcerting sights last year.
There were.
Every once in a while.
There were some disconcerting sights, but you know what? That's the whole idea, right? Everybody come on out and be disconcerting. No, what do you mean?
Don't say that gay people are disconcerting.
No. Just bring us disconcerting sights, like
Right.
shock
No.
us
No, it's no.
into
it's-
loving you.
No, no. It's about
just busting.
you know, being very open and very, very proud of who you are, and especially in smaller towns and like small cities. You often don't get a chance to outwardly show who
Right.
you are and get to wear Daisy Dukes, or else you're going to get beat up. Or, you know, I've received death threats
worse,
and I,
yeah.
you know, all this just
what?
incredible things for being gay. And
You have?
Yes,
From who?
multiple people.
I'll kill him. Who was it? I'll threaten them with death.
I'll let you know afterwards.
Okay.
That's your invite.
Do we know who it is?
Yeah.
Like, I know who it is?
Oh, no, not you.
Okay. Was
No.
it Eric?
Why would it be me?
Because you play that game. You know, my brother's gay, and then you
Right.
threaten other
Right,
gay
right, right.
people. It's very weird.
No.
No, he doesn't do that. I'm just
No,
kidding.
and so,
For
like,
those of you who are watching that don't normally watch this, we're joking.
Yes.
And joking is this ancient art form where you don't really mean the things you say, but it's kind of shocking anyway.
I really
Go
like to
ahead.
bully you, and also that's something that I
Right.
think should be noted.
Yes,
I'm not
we have.
generally a mean person.
This is our rapport where we kind of just bust each other.
Right.
Okay, but go ahead. So you're saying.
No, so it's a really beautiful thing to be able to come together and have safety in numbers a lot of the times and be like, okay, you can yell at me, you can say that I'm going to hell, you can do whatever you want if there's a protest on the street, but I have numbers around me. I'm in my community, I'm in my family, and so yeah, show up however you want, you know.
Come as you are.
Exactly.
That's what she said.
Oh, I can finally wear my mankini.
Thank God.
The leather one?
Yeah, the leather one. Why don't you just take the baldric that you made for the flag and wear that as a mankini? That would.
Say I haven't made a mankini before.
Full disclosure, I had to Google baldric because I was like, what is that?
Really?
Because, yeah, I had no idea. I was like, what is that?
You weren't
that he's
there when we
making?
had the explanation of what a baldric was?
Well, no. I saw the first, like, when he had the forum on, like, social media about, like, guess what I'm going to be making? And I was like...
Yeah, because it looks
looks
dirty.
like a nutsack holder. That's what it looks like. I was like, I'm not really sure.
Is that a cod piece? Yeah.
Who commissioned that? But that's what it looks like.
That's mine. You're trying to blow me. Yours, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You have too many switches in this one.
I know. I don't like this one. Come on, Rode, send me a better one. All right. So,
Yeah.
okay. So you're going to go to the parade. What
Right.
time is the parade tomorrow? We'll get to
12
this in the news,
noon.
but okay, 12
Yeah.
noon.
Yeah.
And are you going to be in the parade or are you just going to watch?
I mean, maybe. I don't.
Do you just is that how it goes? Do people just walk in?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
For the New York parade, you have to like register, but last year the parade they did. It was just kind of walking like a block, and it was really great, and everybody joined in if they wanted to. So
Here or
Yeah.
New York?
Here.
Here. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was just like kind of hey, locking arms type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And
Solidarity
we did cheers and all that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
nice. It was really nice.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of events too, so it's great.
It's a hell of a good time.
Yeah, it looked fun, and we have to go
Starts with the
on
bar crawl
time
tonight.
this year.
We did go on time last year. You did not.
Yes, and when I say we, I mean the we, including me.
The Addressing Gettysburg team.
The team, yes. And we're going to bring our banner down there and wave it. It says Addressing Gettysburg.
I'm not kidding.
Oh, you know what they did last year, and I thought maybe I would do this. They do the mom hugs thing.
Yes, free mom hug.
A lot of people
Does
do that.
anybody do dad hugs? Because often with gay guys, I would imagine
No,
the
I
problem
think
is
there's
that dads aren't really that accepting of them, and they need a hug from dad.
I feel like
Eric wants to do
I
dad
feel like
hugs.
if you set up a dad hug stand, there's like creepy connotations, and you probably.
Well, it's not daddy hug. It's dad.
No, but I'm sure that
bear
some
hugs.
people do that.
Because I'm a hairy guy, I'll just be a bear hug.
Show up in a white van with no
Right.
windows that says free candy on it.
Okay, no, but seriously.
Yeah.
So, all right, you're gonna have fun at the parade tonight. Is your musicale, or is that tomorrow night?
It's Sunday.
Your
So
private.
it's-
Oh, it's Sunday. Okay,
yeah,
your private
yeah.
party that
Exactly.
no straight people are allowed to.
Nope, no straight people.
Or we will be beaten up and threatened with death, right?
Yes,
Just to show
exactly.
us what it felt like.
Exactly.
Okay.
Just to prove a point. Yeah, and to be clear, I'm
It's
not
not
a
the point it proves.
spokesperson. I'm not a
Yes.
spokesperson for
No,
gay
no,
people,
no.
but
No,
I
but
don't
you
want all
are
this pressure to be oh, God. I have to
No,
flee.
it's not that you're a spokesperson for gay people. It's just that you're the only one that we have within
I'm
arm's
the only.
reach.
I'm the only queer here.
You're the only queer here.
All about me
Get
today.
used to it.
Yeah.
No. But like, really, I mean, I wouldn't have known who to ask if I didn't know you were in town.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, you're in town? Come and talk about Pride.
Yeah, I was like, no, you can't come, and you said, hey, do you want to come
Yeah.
over and do it?
So right, yeah, I was
Yeah.
not invited to your
Right.
thing, and I graciously invited you to my
Absolutely,
thing
absolutely. Because you had no
truly
one else.
at Addressing Gettysburg, all are truly welcome here, unlike at Pearl's house.
Right.
Yes.
And you have no one else, but that's.
Well, that's the other thing.
We've already been to a party there.
You have.
Yes,
In
Eric's
fact,
wedding.
We recorded some stuff there.
We recorded stuff there,
Yeah.
you and me and your mom, and
I got married there. A lot
and
of
Eric
people
got married.
drunk.
I saw
Yeah.
pictures of that. That was beautiful.
It was.
Oh my
Yeah, it was a
goodness.
good time.
Wow.
They did a really nice job out there. Battlefield B&B.
Yep, Battlefield
Yeah,
and breakfast.
very good job, and
Yeah.
very nice place to stay. The rooms are
Very
gorgeous.
nice. And like pet friendly, kid friendly, obviously gay friendly.
Not straight
know,
friendly, though.
not straight
No.
friendly,
No, that's
actually.
a joke. They are.
Katie and I snuck in. We told them.
You see, yeah. You told them you were really a woman.
Yeah, it was me and my brother went to all the appointments. So we
Right.
pulled it off.
All right. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go because I know you got dress rehearsal for Sunday and all
Right,
that stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Then wait, just explain to me what it is, though.
It's
You
literally
just sing?
well, no, not necessarily. It's just like a very gay space. It really truly is a family event. It's my family and then the friends and family of another queer couple, and we all just get together and we have like a little buffet. Some people make salads and cheeses and all that good stuff, and then some people do
Quiche, is that a big item on gay menus?
Sure.
Quiche?
Yeah, quiche is gay. I'll
Sounds
say
gay.
It.
It
I'm
sounds
the
gay.
spokesperson for gay people, so
You
I'm
are the
saying it.
gay. Yes, you were
Yeah,
Addressing
I am the
Gettysburg's
gay.
gay spokesperson.
Yeah.
Well, you're in luck because your camera doesn't work, so everybody can just see the back of your head.
I'm really glad I.
Oh, okay.
You're incognito.
Oh, I forgot that. Right. So nobody can see that she has a mask on. That's
Right.
what that was the reference
I do.
about to Kenny.
I do. I do live in New York though, so I don't step out of my apartment without a mask on.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, because I live in
Yeah.
an apartment building.
Right.
And it's massive.
Yeah,
so.
but New York is just a petri dish.
That's really just like standard practice.
Peach tree.
Yeah.
A peach tree? What'd you say? A peach tree dish?
I didn't say anything.
I
Oh,
said
you did that.
You're aware of what happened this week. You have to.
What's happening? You can tell me afterwards.
No, what
One
happened?
of our elected officials, I won't name her name, but she has no right being in office, has no clue about
Like
anything.
90% of them.
Yeah, no.
But what did she do?
This particular lady with blonde hair, who's an outright crazy woman, referred to something as peach tree dishes.
Ooh.
Yeah, like,
instead of Petrie.
Of course, like she's an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, God, you know.
I mean, you're gonna have to narrow it down for me after this.
Yeah, I mean,
like
I thought about
crazy woman in office.
I thought about like 30 people that could be in both parties, but I'm guessing because I know you which party it is. But I'm trying to think of who it is. Is she in office?
Yeah.
In federal or state?
Yeah, federal.
Sarah Palin.
No, she's not blonde.
Oh no, she's not.
No,
That's right.
Does she have 3 names?
It's Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah. Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yeah.
Gazpacho lady.
Who else would it be?
Yeah, gazpacho. Yeah.
Gazpacho.
She called Nancy Pelosi's Gestapo the Gazpacho.
Oh
Yeah.
God,
Oh, the gazpacho.
Listen, everyone. That is fun.
100%.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Good God in heaven.
Who doesn't love a good gazpacho?
Gazpacho. Yeah, everybody heard that. They're like, well, what's wrong with that? Let's get more Pelosi. Everybody loves gazpacho.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Listen.
but it really truly is like a family barbecue. So I'm not actively heterophobic yet.
But mostly. No, but
Not
so
fully,
it's but you do like little performances and stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah. Like I'm singing Bobby McGee. A friend is doing a drag show type performance.
How many people are going to be there?
So much
Maybe
FOMO.
like-
My God.
I know.
Maybe like 10 people.
He's trying to figure out if he can slip in unnoticed
Yeah.
and just be
No, I'm
part
gonna
of
be security.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
That's what he's doing right now.
I don't want to tell you
wanted
this.
to smack you in the face. I'm not gonna lie.
I know you're going to forget this by Sunday, but I'm going to wear my Carmen Miranda outfit, and I think you wouldn't notice me, and I'll do a little.
100%.
You know, and the maracas go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. That's not her, but whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm talking
about.
I definitely
that's
yeah.
that's for the older people in the audience. All right.
Right.
You are free to go. I know you have so much to do. Thank you, Pearl. Pearl Shannon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming on.
Love bullying you.
All right, Pearlie. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, and then another person. Yes, you too. Happy gay days. Another person that we have here with us is our buddy Bethany Yingling, and she has some very important information that she wants to share with us. She came running in and she said, guys, I know I'm not scheduled, but please, please, for the love of God, we need your help, and only you can help us because you are so powerful. Bethany, what is the help you need?
So tomorrow is the Friends Work Day.
Yes. Friends
So,
of who?
Gettysburg.
Mm-hmm.
Friends of Gettysburg Work Day.
Okay.
And we are always looking for people to come and help with the park. We're painting fences this year. Erin is my events coordinator, so she's actually knows what's happening. We're working in the cemetery, painting the graves, as well as cleaning the tombstones.
Okay.
There's also Friends Repair and Brush
You might be
removal.
sitting on the. Oh no, you got to just unravel that cord there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then put it on your head. It's okay, no rush. Relax. Keep talking to him, Beth.
So, the we have less people than we normally do, just because of with COVID things didn't get going as fast as it normally does.
Yeah.
So if people are in town and they're members of the Gettysburg Foundation or not and want to become a member of the Gettysburg Foundation, you can join us tomorrow. Registration is from 7 to 8 here in the bus depot at the visitor center, and work goes from 8 to 11:30, and then we have lunch, and then from 1 to 3. So be prepared to work and wear clothes that you don't mind getting dirty, and closed-toed shoes. And code word addressing Gettysburg to get into the event.
Yes.
If you aren't already pre-registered.
That's
so
right.
that we know that we're not looking for you on our list like a bunch of yahoos.
Right, and also so that they know the massive reach that we have. Now watch,
Yes.
they'll get 2.
I can hear a car door and I think that sounds like North Carolina driving up here right now.
That sounds like North Carolina.
And I didn't know. I was messing around with the headphones at the time. I didn't hear if you said we're also going to be out at the Eisenhower farm.
Oh, yes.
As well.
Oh, no. Painting
we're gonna be
fences at
painting
Eisenhower.
fences and cleaning out the show barn up there as well.
Basically, it's a chance to help the park out and just get some of these jobs that it's too much. It's a lot of property to deal with. So they only have a limited amount of staff. So we every year, as members of the Gettysburg Foundation, we get together the first Saturday in June every year, and work our butts off for an entire day. But it's a lot of fun because you get to hang out with people that when you say General Meade, they know who the heck you're talking about. And, it's kind of a select group of nerds. I
Yeah.
love it. It's one of my favorite
I'm
events of the whole
fascinated.
year.
Can you just explain a little bit what you do? What do you do with the headstones?
Clean them.
So we'll
But
be
paint them then?
We'll be cleaning the headstones, and then we're going to be painting in the names. If you've
They're outlined in black.
so they're easier to read. So we'll
Yeah.
be touching.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
We deal with that. Now there are limited jobs for each thing. So when you come in, of course, we have to kind of put you where there is the most need. So don't freak out if you wanted to do cemetery things and we only have brush clearing. Know that we still love you and you can always do that next year.
Right.
And
But
you do get a pretty cool T-shirt.
oh, and you get a free T-shirt.
You get a free T-shirt.
Oh, very nice. What does the
Yeah.
T-shirt say?
The T-shirt says Friends of Gettysburg on the front, but on the back, because Aaron's very clever, we didn't have it in 2020 or 2021. So it's 3 sections of fence, and the 2020 and the 2021 are like broken down because we didn't get to do anything. But the 2022 is standing because we're doing Workday.
That's cool. That is really clever.
Oh, nice. I like that.
She's pretty clever.
Yeah, that is
Erin
clever.
Pierce.
Very good. Very good. All right. So give that information one more time if people want to do it.
Registration is 7 to 8 a.m. tomorrow in the visitor center in the bus parking lot where this fine establishment is.
That's right.
You'll see a bunch of tables and signs. And then we work from 8 to 11:30. 11:30 to 1 is lunch, and then 1 to 3. And then there is a program being put on by Dan Vermiglia in the cemetery about World War II graves in the cemetery
Oh, nice.
at 4 o'clock.
Okay, cool.
And then
Go
real quick,
ahead.
I just want to say one more thing. I
Take
wanted to
your
have
time.
a big shout out to Eric for his presentation.
Oh,
on the
yes.
29th
I wanted to talk
at the
about that.
Children's Museum. I also want to
sorry?
mention that you are so full of poo.
You are full of poo.
The big thing that I wanted to point out about this presentation, not only was he wonderful, but he was all about the kids, as you said the other week, and the kids loved him.
Yeah. Yes.
And all of that curmudgeonliness that he tries to put on is a facade.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's all a facade.
Don't listen to her. She wasn't there.
We were, and we saw it.
She had spies there. We were there. We all know, Eric, that you are full of shit
As
with
mentioned
your
previous
nasty
weeks,
attitude.
It was my birthday.
Yeah.
And I was planning on being there, but my husband suddenly went, oh, by the way, we're going to go do something.
And you've been waiting for years for him to take you out to dinner like you did when you dated. And so
we didn't
you had
even go
to
out
take.
to dinner when we dated. Are you silly?
I'm creating a
We've been married
scenario.
11 years and we don't do any of that kind of stuff.
You don't do any of that?
No.
Why not?
Mark is a nerd.
Wonderful man.
He is a wonderful human. Oh, yes, 100%. But he's a nerd, and he'd much rather be at home. Like COVID, he was living his best life because he didn't have to go anywhere.
Right. He's a homebody.
Yeah, yeah.
But that hurts you, doesn't it?
No, not really. Are you playing sad music
Yes.
right now? I knew it.
You're too quick. But really, it hurts you deep down inside.
It doesn't hurt me deep down inside because
You
he's
feel
adorable.
neglected.
Have you seen him?
No.
He's freaking adorable.
No, I haven't seen him.
I can show you pictures.
I don't really care to see them. I just
You're
want to
gonna
make
see
you
him right
cry.
now. I
I'm
don't
trying to
care.
make you cry.
Here, it's happening right now.
She can't
doesn't
hear the
have the
music
headphones
anyway.
on.
She doesn't have
I don't have headphones on.
It's not about the music that's going to make her cry. It's what I'm trying to pull out of her. If you would just stop jumping
Are we
on me,
gonna
people.
become Delilah?
Jesus.
Is
Yes,
this
this is Delilah. No, this is Love Lines with Mad. And we're going to talk about why
You're
your
gonna counsel
husband.
me through my marriage.
Yeah, I'm going to help you. So tell me, baby. Your husband, man, he's not paying attention to you anymore, is he?
Well, it's called having a 2-year-old.
Oh, he's paying more attention to the child.
Yeah.
Does that make you
it's
jealous?
Rough. It's rough.
Should make you jealous.
Yeah, I'm very jealous.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm over this.
You're hilarious.
Okay.
Am I not crying? Do you want me to cry?
No, you're too. No.
Okay.
No, I don't want you to fake it. I want you to really cry.
As if on cue we're being spammed with porn again.
All right. You know, that's how you know you've made it.
Yeah.
Is when you're spammed with porn.
This is like the perfect comment too, but I can't read it.
You said lonely and love line, and
Yes.
there they go.
Yeah,
they knew it
yeah.
was the key words.
I wonder. Let's see. I wonder. What's another word I could say that's not terrible to
You're
say?
talking about dating and
Dating. Yeah. Hot.
going out.
You were gonna say
Children's
Pockets.
Museum.
Okay. All right. Yes. All right. Thank you. But no, really. While you brought it up though, Eric did do his leather demonstration for the kids, and it was very nice to see. It was honestly, and Veronica said this as a joke last week, but really it was like Santa Claus was there because they were mesmerized by his beard and the chicken that was caught in the beard, and they were gathered around his table, and he would explain things, and I know that they didn't know half of the things he was saying, like they didn't understand it, but they were just enthralled, and that was a really good choice asking him to do it, because I think those kids went home like thinking, I'm going to be a leather maker someday, or a leatherman, or whatever the frig they call it.
Token to take home with them, like a little souvenir. He got at least 2 audible wows, like during the presentation about the color and everything like that.
Oh, they love the color, the dyeing.
And everything.
Yeah.
So he's pretty darn cool.
Yeah.
That Eric guy.
He's not so bad.
But he
he's our big teddy bear.
He hates it. And I put pictures up, and people in the comments were like, see, I knew he had a heart. And,
It
of course,
is.
the photo didn't show when he tried to bite one of the children in the jugular.
Can I tell a story about you? And I promise.
Please tell it.
Can I tell about the picture thing?
Yes. Oh, yeah, he was telling me. I want her to tell me that story.
So,
Go ahead.
When we did the blurb, of course, because last time we had talked about how neither one of us are good at writing blurbs. So the day, like 2 days before the presentation, I was like, so are you going to send me a blurb so I can put it up? And he did, but it was very like
blah.
Brief.
It was a blah
It was
blurb.
brief and not like at all talking about how amazing he was.
Mhm.
So I had to jazz it up.
You should have asked me. I'm good at blurbs. I could have written a
jazzed it
blurb
up
about him.
just a titch. But then I said, do you
titch.
have a picture to put with the, like, of you working on your leather work at your shop or whatever? And he goes, ew, no. And I'm like, come on, everyone will want to see your adorable face. Yeah. And so he sent the one that you guys have on the address in Gettysburg. But I'm telling you right now.
Is that the tintype?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody at work was like, oh, he's a living historian. And I said, well, not really.
No.
And then they're like, wait, his shirt has a swoosh on it. We can't use this photo. And I'm like, oh my God.
Jeez.
What?
So
Yeah.
you just crop it.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Oh, it had what kind of
Nike, like a
swoosh?
Nike. I think a Nike.
Like a Nike?
or
A Nike polo.
Yeah, a Nike polo shirt.
Oh, I've never.
I couldn't think because they thought
Yeah.
he was a
It's 'cause you
reenactor
don't
and
pay
had not
attention.
dressed appropriately.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever. So he didn't write. Here's what I would have written in the blurb.
Okay.
Addressing Gettysburg's producer, Eric Money, demonstrates leather making techniques. This is like when Michael Scott is making the headline.
My God.
Headline.
Yeah, there's an
I know.
yeah, there's. Anyway, I lost it.
He said, learn about the historical tanning industry and leather working with Eric from Von Denham and Company, period. That was it. And I was like, but you...
End of speech.
There's so much more to it.
You,
So I
you
had
are
to
the Ron
jazz it up a
Swanson of this
little
show.
bit. He did so good, though.
He really
Guys,
did.
Yeah.
He really did.
No, he did,
He's
and
no longer allowed to... He's lost his curmudgeon card.
yeah.
He even
did.
let those little kids touch his Civil War era wallet.
I am glad you didn't pause.
Yeah,
in the
right.
middle
He
of
didn't
that
let me
sentence.
touch that.
She paused enough for me to do something with it. So beware.
That was cute. It was really cool.
No, it was very nice. It was actually
very
a little heartwarming to see the whole thing because
Yeah.
you do buy into his whole "I hate everybody" act.
Yeah.
And after a while, you think, oh, maybe he really does hate everybody. But then you see the kids, and he lights up.
Yeah.
He lights up like a Christmas tree, and the kids aren't afraid of him,
No.
and that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact...
Like, you guys know I have kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, I have 3.
Yes.
They're
Yeah, but that
terrified
doesn't
of you,
mean you
but
have
these
to
kids
like
love
them.
you. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't mean you have to like them.
But there were people that said, you should have him back.
Whoa.
Hint,
Well,
hint,
yeah.
Hint, hint.
No, this should be an
Hint,
annual
hint.
thing with
Clearly,
him.
they were drunk.
Oh, jeez.
Speaking of that real quickly, just segue into real quick, can you touch on the Wayne Mott's program of things that are coming up? Because
we have a Mommy and Me program that we're going to be doing through the Children's Museum. It is completely free, but it's a chance for parents, grandparents, dads. It doesn't matter who it is. It does say Mommy and Me, but it doesn't have to be a mom. It's just because it's donated in memory of Wayne's mother. So any guardian can bring a child with them. We ask for 8 or older just because of what you're going to be doing. And there are different sessions you can sign up for on our website, which is gettysburgfoundation.org. And there's beadwork, there's Civil War doll making, there's embroidery and quilting. and each class is several sessions. So you come back multiple times, but it's not just here's quilting and here's how you quilt. It's looking at every one of those fiber arts from multiple aspects, so that showing why during the Civil War time period it wasn't just a craft, it was a livelihood thing that you kind of needed to do in order to like have things. So they look at it economically, socially, historically,
That's neat.
all those types of things. So there's 10 aspects that they look at, and it's completely free, and you can sign up on our website, and it's a chance for you to hang out with your little one and do something cool over the summer.
When do they start? Like when, if somebody's interested, when should they sign up?
Is June 7th.
Oh, so quick. Okay.
Yeah. And then June 9th. So they're every Tuesday and Thursday. So, but each one has different number of sessions. I think like beadwork is 3 sessions, quilting is 4 sessions. So you kind of have to look at the website to see what fits in your schedule. But there's 4 different kinds, and each one of them is offered multiple times. So you can do beadwork a couple times, even if you wanted to. So it's a lot of fun. I'm excited.
It's exciting. Yeah, that is really exciting.
There's laughter. I heard laughter.
Yes, it was Charlie Fennell. He said, "There you go," and then he laughed.
Oh my God, I love Charlie.
Yeah, that's right. He wanted to come in and talk to you here. So
Okay.
all right. So the big thing though for tomorrow, one more time, give us that info.
It's for volunteer workday for the Friends of Gettysburg, and we will be meeting a registration from 7 to 8 a.m. and the bus depot parking lot at the visitor center, where Matt has
where we
his
do the
bike shop.
yes, where we have the bike shop and the studio.
And the studio.
Yeah.
And then you will be working from 8 to 11:30. 11:30 to 1 there will be lunch, and all of this is free by BTW.
Right.
You get a free T-shirt, and then from 1 to 3 there is the second session of working. So we're doing fence painting, fence repair, brush clearing, working in the cemetery. So it's just a chance to give back to the park in kind of a way that you don't normally get to do.
I don't want to throw this out there, but just in case, it's supposed to be like 80. It's supposed to be gorgeous tomorrow.
Yeah.
But maybe someone out of shape or someone elderly, if they think they can only physically do one session, are they able?
Yeah,
Would you welcome them?
You're
Okay.
volunteering.
Okay.
So if you can only work an hour, then you can only work an hour. Okay. It's not like I need you to be there for 7 years. It's really just a chance for you to like experience the park in a completely different way.
Neat.
Like how many times can you say I went and cleaned the show barn at the Eisenhower
Exactly.
Farm?
I mean,
that's actually kind of cool.
None.
Yeah.
None for me.
Or I went and I outlined the names of the dead in the cemetery.
Yeah.
It's just that one I can't do because I cry the whole way through it.
Yeah.
But, you sit there and you're with that one name for quite some time, outlining their name and who they were. And then you're doing that, and it's their full name and their unit and everything. And then you go to the next one and it says unknown. Yeah. And it's just like,
Yeah, the unknowns always get me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. They're sad because that's like an entire family that
they
died
have no
wondering
idea.
where their whoever
Yeah.
ended up. Yeah, it is sad. Okay, thank you very much for coming in,
Yes,
Bethany and
thanks,
Aaron.
girls.
Right?
I totally crashed your party, and I appreciate you being so
I love
sweet
I
about
love
it.
that.
See you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I love that people just stop by. Like that's
We
that
were
keeps it
driving
fresh.
through the park. I actually came just to tell you that I had put signs near your signs, and that I didn't want you to be mad at me. Okay. Love you.
Nobody cares.
All right.
All right, love you too.
See you, girls.
See you later, girls.
Perfect.
All right. Whoa, which one is that? Okay, there. Well, that was it there. That was it. Very exciting stuff. Okay, so we're going to by the way, the other thing besides Eric's leather thing last week was we had another Get Out of the Car tour, beat our record, which was last month.
Awesome.
82 people last month. 83. Every little bit helps, ladies and gentlemen. 83 people came this month. It was a gorgeous day.
Yeah.
You couldn't have asked for a better day. I mean, perfect weather, no humidity, no clouds, just a nice breeze. You came, so if you missed it, you missed an opportunity to meet Veronica and Kath.
I'm sure everybody's very disappointed.
I'm sure they are. And you brought the dogs out.
Yeah.
But they couldn't handle it for a while, right? You had to take them home.
Yeah. Once they got a little bit accustomed to being around people and the other dogs that were on the tour and everything, they started to kind of loosen up. And what that means is they pull like hell.
Yeah.
And it's just, we can't.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
No. So that all went well, and thank you all for coming out. It was really a nice time, and then we went to, of course, our sponsor, the Farnsworth House afterwards, and had lunch, and it was nice to schmooze with people there.
Yeah.
And
I think it kind of worked out on a holiday weekend, right? I mean,
It
I don't know,
did.
kind of hit or miss. I'm sure some people couldn't be here because of the holiday, but other people might have been able to get here because of the long holiday weekend. And
I'm actually surprised that many people came to it. I really thought that we had made a mistake changing the date because, Memorial Day, people were probably going elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like the beach or something like that. And, but no, I'm glad it worked out that way because we did get a good number. And I don't think if we had stuck to the 21st, I don't think we would have had that number because Gary and Tim had their tour. Sue Boardman had a tour. Who else? There was
Seminary Ridge had a
Seminary
tour.
Ridge. Everybody
Jen
had a
Murray,
tour.
Dr. Murray and her husband had a tour.
So many
Dean
people.
Schultz, yeah.
Yeah. So it would have been, 12 people probably. So it probably worked out for the better. But anyway, thank you all for coming out. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with Ronnie's news, and that's it. So stick around.
Have something to add to the conversation? Give us a call at 717-420-1978 and get in the queue.
Our friends at the Association of Licensed Battlefield Guides want to see you at their 2022 Fall Seminar on September 23rd through 25th. This year's topic is Hancock's Second Corps at Gettysburg, with a full weekend of education and social activities devoted to General Hancock and his Corps. The Licensed Battlefield Guides have some superb Second Corps-themed battlefield tours lined up for you, including Attack of the Irish Brigade, Caldwell Strikes the Wheat Field, and more. On top of that, there will be a Friday night speaker and dinner at the Dobbin House, Saturday night cigars at the Rupp House, maps, and other extras. And if that wasn't good enough, how about this? Special hotel room rates are available for you at the 1863 Inn of Gettysburg, but you gotta make sure that you reserve a room before August 9th. Register for the tours on the ALBG website at gettysburgtourguides.org/ALBG seminar. Those dates again are September 23rd through 25th. Come and learn about Hancock and the Second Corps with your favorite licensed battlefield guides and fellow Gettys nerds. We hope to see you there.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Gettysburg, a Nation Divided mobile app, is relaunching this summer. Gettysburg, a Nation Divided is an award-winning mixed reality mobile application using augmented reality technology. It transports users into the most crucial moments in the Battle of Gettysburg, the turning point of the Civil War. Users can listen and watch historic figures share their stories as lifelike animated avatars, traverse 360-degree image sequences of the battlefield. Its cinematic battle sequences are narrated by actor Scott Eastwood. The mobile app is available for free on iOS and Android. It's designed to be used anywhere. At home, at school, at the park, or at Gettysburg National Military Park. It uses GPS to help guide you through your journey to see the stories and events unfold at the exact location where they occurred. So go into your phone's app store and get it now for free. That's Gettysburg, a Nation Divided.
Need a Corps badge or other insignia for your uniform? Then check out the Badge Maker. Here's what some of his satisfied customers had to say. Miranda said, "I ordered an identification disc from Joe and it's fantastic. He hand stamped it exactly as I wanted. It has a great rough on-campaign feel to it and was reasonably priced to boot." Greg said, "My unit has purchased from him in the past. Quality badges and good service." And Jerry S. says, "The Badge Maker is the go-to place for accurate replica Civil War badges. badges. Visit CivilWarCorpsBadges.com and attach a message with your order saying you heard about him on Addressing Gettysburg.
The Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and delivered the line,
"There's a devil to pay,"
and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Trust me when I say, ladies and gentlemen, your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to the Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Go to www.seminaryridgemuseum.org or find them at 111 Seminary Ridge, Gettysburg. The Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It all began here. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. Isn't it, Eric?
You're darn tootin', Matt.
It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used, and online they have even more books to choose from.
But Matthew, what if the Civil War is simply not my thing?
Not a problem, my fine four-fendered friend. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books.
It's astounding how they squeeze thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more into their store.
And it's also astounding how you and I both squeeze into our pants every day. Well, handsome, they have a warehouse too, and that's where they keep all those books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs.
What if I prefer to browse in the store and don't want to go online to get my book?
Great question, Doodlebug. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com, stop by 42 York Street, or call 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
This special episode of Addressing Gettysburg is brought to you in part by me, audiobook narrator Mike Scott, narrator of Savas Beatty's Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864, and Unlike Anything That Ever Floated, the Monitor and Virginia and the Battle of Hampton Roads. If you are an author or publisher interested in having your titles produced as audiobooks, or even just in learning more about the process, give me a shout. You can find my contact info on my website, MikeScottVoice.com. That's MikeScottVoice.com. Hey, historian, author, and licensed battlefield guide Tim Smith. Matt gave me a full minute, so let me ask you an important question. Isn't it about time that John Burns' Hero of Gettysburg became an audiobook? Sickles has an audiobook. You know Jenny Wade is going to deserve an audiobook. Let's give John a shot. Get in touch, Tim. It's MikeScottVoice.com. I'm Mike Scott, your voice of history.
And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
You're listening to the Addressing Gettysburg podcast with Matt Calorie.
You're listening to the man who is adored by his haters and just tolerated by his fans. Here's Matt on Addressing Gettysburg today.
All right.
No Collins?
What?
No Collins?
Well, actually, we do have somebody on the phone here. Let me just pick it up here. This is Stephen Evangelista. He was on Patreon a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about his book, Our Story, which is the story of Battery B, 1st Rhode Island Light Artillery. Stephen, you on the phone? I guess.
Matt. Good afternoon.
Oh, there you are. Okay, good. There's a little bit of a delay, so sorry if I'll try not to step on your toes when you're talking. So we're just promoting that little episode there that we did. It is a great book, and I got to tell you, I've been raving about it to whoever will listen to me. Actually, we were talking about it at the cemetery the other night when I saw you there, when we were there, Veronica, right?
Yep, we were.
And you ran out and got it. Oh, no, I'm going to lend it to you. That's what I said I would do. Yes.
Well, I actually do have a copy I bought at For the Historian.
Oh, there you go. And you got a 20% discount.
I did.
Very good. Because you mentioned Dressing Gettysburg.
That's right. And actually, I'll give Ted Hurt a shout out because Ted is the person that kind of put us in touch with Steve and kind of went that route. So
that's right. We got Steve on the show because you gave us the information. So yeah, you are the connection there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
Yep.
So Stephen, people, I'm hearing a lot of good things about that episode. They found very interesting, and a lot of people went out and actually got the book. So there you go.
That's great, Matt. Thank you so much for having me on the show earlier and having me on tonight. And I'm hoping that people enjoy the book. And that was a great interview we had a few weeks back. So thank you.
You're welcome. The thing I like about this book is that it's a bunch of mini biographies about 39 members of the unit, and then the son of one, who I guess what was it? The story with him? He became like the unit historian.
Yeah, in many ways, he became like the unit historian. He became the secretary of the Battery B Veterans Association because he was the son of Sergeant Albert Strait. And because he never knew his father, the battery and all the soldiers sort of adopted him as their son,
right.
Which is pretty cool in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, his father died when he was just a baby, so he didn't really get to know him at all. And so I guess what was it like? He was trying to get an idea who his father was, and he contacted the veterans. Is that how it started?
Yes, actually, he sort of had a lifelong mission of trying to find out who his father was, and so he wrote many, many letters to Battery B veterans and began collecting anything he could find, photos and diaries and relics, all related to the battery. And then he became associated with the Veterans Association, and they adopted him as their own.
Very nice, very nice. And how's the book doing? Are you selling a lot, or what? What are you hearing back from people?
Well, it's been a great response so far, and I think, as I mentioned on the show, that all of the proceeds go back to Battery B, 1st Rhode Island Light Artillery, so that we can put on education programs. So that's really that's what I'm really hoping that we can make some funds for the battery. The book's been doing great, and we've had a few sales over the last few weeks, and we just had a podcast, not a podcast, a Facebook Live with the Adams County Historical Society.
Yep.
I guess it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
And we had your show. So all of those opportunities are really great for people to become aware of the book.
And that's an important point, is that it helps the unit. The money, you're giving all the money to the unit that you reenact with, and that's good. Because if you want to see reenacting continue, ladies and gentlemen, these guys pay for this stuff out of pocket. And they go somewhere. They're not all local. Like if they come to Gettysburg to do something, they don't all live around here. They come from all over the place. Where do you live, Stephen?
I live in Maryland. I'm in Carroll County, but I'm a native Rhode Islander, so that explains Battery B, 1st Rhode Island.
Right. Well, okay, living in Maryland's kind of close, but everybody else is a little further away, and
right.
So it helps. And then also, you're an artillery battery, and those things aren't cheap. And the powder alone has got to cost a small fortune to get the powder to do these demonstrations. Correct?
It really is expensive, and I wonder if people, like just the public or the tourists that come to Gettysburg, if they really understand how expensive it is to even put on like one demonstration, because it is expensive. And I think people think somehow like, oh, these reenactors, they must be paid, but no, that's not true. Right?
Yeah.
We're all volunteers,
No.
and we do it for the love of history.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever met anybody in the public? Because I'm pretty sure they don't think about that.
Yeah. As you mentioned, Matt, about the black powder, one of the things that we mentioned after the interview that you wanted to talk about was the black powder bag that was in the Gettysburg gun, if you recall that
Yes.
conversation on the way out of the building that afternoon.
Sure.
And it just spark my memory. But the story around that very quickly was that on the July 3rd afternoon, when the battery was coming off of the field, they tried to load their gun one last time, and because it had been dented from an explosion from a Confederate shell, they actually threw the powder bag down the barrel, and then they tried to ram a solid shot into the muzzle, and it was stuck and it was fused in there, and that ball is still in the Gettysburg gun today. But in 1962, 100 years after the battle, officials at the Rhode Island State House realized that there could be a powder bag still in that tube. And so they had Navy explosive disposal experts and the Rhode Island National Guard actually take the tube off of the carriage, and they submerged it in a small pool. They drilled a hole in it, and they had the gunpowder seep out. The bag was actually still in there. So for about 100 years, there's a bomb sitting in the vestibule of the Rhode Island State House, which is pretty cool.
I know, it is cool. And what's pretty cool about it is that it didn't explode and kill a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't unheard of to have fires in buildings like that.
Yeah.
Or,
Imagine.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah. No. So for those of you out there who have heard that story but didn't know what battery that gun belonged to, this is the battery. First, Battery B, 1st Rhode Island Light Artillery, and the name of the book is Our Story. It's by Stephen Evangelista. Stephen, how do people find that book?
The book is on evangelistabooks.com, and folks can go to that site and order a book.
Spell Evangelista for the folks.
Sure, it's EVANGELISTA books.com.
All right, there you go. EvangelistaBooks.com. Steve, thank you very much for hanging on the phone all that time. I didn't mean to make you wait that long, but we had such an action-packed show today that I just had to get all the people out of here. I had to clear them out. So thanks for your patience.
No problem. I had the pleasure of hearing Bethany, and so that was good to hear Bethany on the line, and I might even be able to stop by tomorrow and help out. So that was great.
Oh, great. Okay, cool.
Neat.
Oh, good. It worked out. All right, very good. Well, you have a good day, Stephen, and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you, Matt. Take care.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. And we've got let's see. Gosh, we got another caller here. Let's see who this is. I don't have a name. Oh, Lewis. There you go. Lewis, how are you?
Oh, hi, Matt. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
It's great to call in. Big fan. I used to live in North Jersey, so I used to be able to go to Gettysburg often.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm out in the California desert, so I'm jonesing for Gettysburg, and you guys fill that hole for me. So
Oh, good. So you traded North Jersey for the California desert. One hell for another.
Yeah, when it's 120 out here in Palm Springs, it's pretty hellish. But today it's about 100, so it's not too bad.
What part of North Jersey are you from?
I am from Bergen County, right by Giants Stadium. I think
Okay.
you're from Jersey, right?
I am from Morris County, yeah. But Bergen County...
Ah, yeah, sure. I lived at... Yeah, I'm Bergen County, but I lived out your way, too. Sure.
Bergen County to Palm Springs. That tells me you're quite loaded.
No, not loaded. Just simply retired, and I like a little golf.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. All right, good. So what can we do for you?
Well, the thing was, a few weeks ago, you had Jim Hessler on, and you went off topic and did a little Bighorn. That show was so good, and you got me back into a deep dive. I've been on a mad tear of books, ones you recommended, and right now I'm reading Wounded Knee, Buried My Heart at Wounded Knee.
Oh,
again.
yeah.
And, yeah, I mean, I hadn't read that one in 30 years, and since the anniversary's also coming up, in June here.
Yep.
Of the Battle of Little Bighorn.
Yes.
I just thought it was interesting, and you did mention possibly, covering it again with Jim at some point.
Well, I could do you one better. And again, Bergen County to Palm Springs, I think you can handle this. Jim is taking a group of people to the Little Bighorn. In fact, our friend Casey Turbin is here. And Casey, you're going on that, aren't you? Yeah, talk a little bit about. Just grab that microphone there and tell us a little bit about it. And maybe Lewis would like to. Is it Lewis or Louie?
Well, either one. Louie. Call me Louie. From Jersey, we're Louie.
Yeah, hey, Louie.
Hey, Louie. Yeah, Louie. This is actually pretty pertinent, though. Jim just sent out the email today. They have 24 confirmed people.
Wow.
They have room for more. $400 deposit, plus you just got to get your flight information and such taken care of. They've booked rooms out there. We got people renting some SUVs. They should be able to carpool. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty good time.
It's going to be a Wild West adventure.
It will. August 31st to September 5th. That's Labor Day. We're coming back.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
that's good timing. And how would I? What's the info? Where would I find it?
So Custer7, is that his email?
Yeah, Custer7 was it Yahoo?
I think it's Yahoo. Let me double check.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's yahoo.com. He's going to check for that. But you're just going to email Jim Custer and the numeral.
It's Comcast.
Comcast. Okay. Let's start again. We're going to start this again. Ready? It's Custer, the numeral 7 at Comcast.net. And then that's Jim, and you're going to contact him and say you want to get in on that, and you heard about it on Addressing Gettysburg, and that helps us out, and that helps Jim out, and everybody's happy. And, of course, it helps you out because you get to go and see the Little Bighorn.
And that is a good thing to help you all out. And I think I smell a road trip with my brother from L.A.
There you go.
That's really cool.
There you go. Is he in the movie business?
Yeah. He is in the business end of the movie business, so he's he's a sales guy, but he's been in it for 30 years. So
Very nice. What did you do before you retired?
We do get to tool around on. I worked for FedEx. I'm a retired FedEx guy. I did 25 years ago.
Very nice. And I'm sorry, I cut you off. You said I get to tool around, or somebody gets to tool around, or who's tooling on
you know
what?
what is cool? Because my brother worked. My brother for a long time worked on the Universal lot. So what was really cool is he could grab the golf cart and tool around.
There you go. Yeah, that always looked fun.
Blocks and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right, good.
Hey, it's L.A. Something's happening.
That's right. Exactly. That's the name of the game out there. Louis, thank you very much for calling in. It's good to talk to another Jersey native who has escaped, and so congratulations to you for getting out.
I don't feel that way. Hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
I'll always be Jersey.
Yeah, really. So you're one of those.
But the thing is,
yeah.
What?
No, I was gonna say you're one of those Jersey people that's proud to be from Jersey.
Oh yeah, but it is funny out here. I'll be in a bar or something, and I had a friend, and he goes, watch when this fellow walks up to you. And my friend was from Bronx, and said, when this guy walks up and hears your accent, he's going to turn around and walk away. Californians, a lot of them do not.
They don't like Jersey people.
California.
Man, that's weird.
Yeah, what are they? We're nice people in New York.
Well, we're nice people when we leave New Jersey.
Aren't we?
Yeah, no, we're nice people, but when we have to get out of New Jersey, and then we're nice. But when we're in Jersey and they come and visit us, and we're like, hey, they don't like that.
Hey, give me a Taylor ham out here.
Oh, yeah, they don't have Taylor ham there? We have Taylor ham here.
Oh, no. It's funny. I'm going up to Los Angeles to my brother's this weekend, and I'm going to order a thing of Taylor ham online so we can barbecue some up.
Nice.
Taylor ham and cheese.
Oh, I've never had it barbecued.
Yeah,
that might be good. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, well, my dad had a restaurant, and that's in Jersey, in Rutherford, and that's how we used to serve it. Taylor ham and cheese on the grill.
On the grill.
Barbecued. Barbecued, yeah.
Barbecued, yeah, that sounds good. I'll give it a try sometime.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, listen. Big fan of the show. I listen to all the episodes.
Great.
YouTube, on all.
Thank you.
Podcasts everywhere.
I appreciate that very much.
Hope to see you.
Yeah.
Hope to see you out there sometime, too.
Well, let us know when you come out, and you can always stop by. And if you're here on a Friday when we're doing a show, you're more than welcome to come and sit in.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Hey, and I want to do the bike tour. I'm a cyclist. I want to get on a bike.
Very good. Well, just because you're a listener of the show, you'll get a 15% discount. So just let us know.
I hope so.
Okay.
Hey,
all right.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much for the call, Louis. Thank you very much. Have a good one. All right. So those are our calls there. But, Ronnie, we had some voicemails last week. Would you like to hear a new one? There's a question here, and he's looking to all of us for answers. So please, everybody, put your thinking caps on, and let's give this guy the answer he seeks. Go ahead here.
Yes, Matt. My name is Dale. I'm located just outside Buffalo, New York. Really like your show. Enjoy everything that you guys do. It just fulfills the distance that I'm away from Gettysburg. I've enjoyed being at Gettysburg ever since my first visit in 1964. Another thing, too, is I appreciate what Mike Luntz has to offer for the show. He has a lot of insight. Let's hope that he can stay healthy. I have a question for you. I'm looking for some real estate in Gettysburg. And there's a house that unfortunately I see I missed out on at 4 Southwest Confederate Avenue. And it's been designated as a Civil War house. My question to you is, with these Civil War designated residences, what are the stipulations, ramifications in dealing with the town board with these particular historic residences? If you get a chance, give me a call. Like I said, I'm going to be relocating to Gettysburg, but I can be reached at 7.
Yep, I don't want to give his number away. I forgot his name already. Did you catch his name?
Dale?
Dale, something like that. I believe it was Dale. Anyway.
And yeah, he is talking about that is the.
He's talking about the Schultz house. Okay, so good for you for being able to afford the Schultz house if you were interested in it, Dale. But I'll say this about buying property here in town, and I'm not saying this as a property owner. I know a lot of property owners, and I hear their horror stories. So I'm getting this secondhand. But Eric does own property up in Bendersville, and you looked here for a while, didn't you, Eric? When you were looking for houses?
Briefly.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, briefly.
Okay.
You in Bendersville or Biglerville?
In Bendersville.
Oh,
Yeah.
why did I always think Biglerville?
You've been to my house.
I know.
What the fuck?
Ah!
You live in Bendersville, not Biglerville? Yeah. You have kids? Yeah.
It starts with a B. No, I knew the kid part. Like.
Well, she had to go through Biglerville to get to Bendersville.
You do know I'm married, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you were at the wedding.
I remember that. She's quite the girl. We like Katie.
Indeed.
I swear to God, I would have honestly
Take him from the rear.
fought somebody thinking I was right that we were in Biglerville.
That you're in Biglerville.
Yeah.
No, he's in Bendersville.
I mean, they both start with a B and they
That's
end with Ville.
That's true.
Maybe let's go straight north. I don't.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry.
Anyway. So I would say, as much as people would love to own property. Now, look, it depends on what your purposes are. If you want to live there, I would say don't. Unless you're a towny type, like you like to live in town, you like the noise, you like to be able to walk to certain things, then by all means do. But if you want to get new windows or you want to paint your house, you have to go through the hysterical architectural review.
If you're in the historic district.
Which is like 90% of the town. There are a few places in town where you're just like my friend Kelly, she lives just on the other side of a side street from where the border is.
Yeah.
And so she has a little more leeway and a little more freedom with her property. So if property rights and exercising them is an important thing to you, don't buy in the historic district in town. Don't buy a historic house. That's, but if you don't care.
Flip side of that is if you do appreciate preservation and everything like that, and you want to keep your home authentic, then you would appreciate abiding by those regulations and stuff.
Certain things, though, like windows, I know that's a big problem for people, is like they won't let you get nylon windows or any kind of windows that are going to insulate and keep the heat in. And heating gets expensive in the wintertime when you have a drafty old house. So, you got to think of that. You got to take that into consideration. Also, if you live in the north end of town and you're near the college, good luck sleeping. On the weekends at least. But, I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm just saying that it's not like living in any other town. Because of the nature of what Gettysburg is as a historic town, a good chunk of the properties are not taxable. And so therefore, who do they put the burden on? Those of you who have taxable properties. And so, and they don't treat you well. They don't treat you well.
My understanding of his question, though, was more what are the, if it's a Civil War designated property,
yes,
what are the obligations with that? And I think it depends.
Yeah.
Just like what you said, if it's in the historic district, there's a certain set of rules and regulations you have to abide by. But the Schultz house would be outside of it.
And here's the thing.
On the outside of town would be outside of it.
And if it has one of those Civil War building plaques on it, don't think that really means anything, because it doesn't, according to what Tim was telling me.
There's some mistakes.
There's somehow, like, people just, basically, I think if you paid enough money, you could get one of those.
Yeah, there was some, I don't know, some questionable things happened.
Civil War Roundtable started that.
They did.
And took it very seriously, and I don't know
Somewhere along the line, they laxed, or somebody slacked.
Yeah, I don't
and-
know. I don't know if I don't even know if are they still the ones that are in
don't
charge
think
of
so,
that?
no.
Because it's supposed to be something like 60% of the original building or something is the threshold of where they'll acknowledge that as being
Yeah,
a,
and I mean, if
a
that was the
structure
case,
or something like that. But
would the Schultz house even meet that requirement?
I don't know.
it says 1837 on
Yeah,
the
but
outside.
But that's like the small original.
That's like the Elkhorn down the street from me was built in the 1790s, but
Yeah.
like that log structure is completely embedded inside of a massive 3-story structure.
like a modern,
later,
yeah, or a post
the
building.
Schultz house has been like very heavily renovated since the battle.
Yeah, so
And I could be wrong about just like Pearl's not a spokesman for the
yeah. Well,
LGBTQ community. I'm not a spokesperson for the Civil
She's
War
not? I
Roundtable
thought she
or the
was.
Plaque Committee, but
And
I
I'm-
thought it was something like that, like
And
6 years.
I'm not the foremost authority on anything.
Yeah, we're again, like we're telling you, this is what we've observed or heard from other people, so we don't know firsthand what the hell we're talking about. But
True story.
yeah, these are just things that are just coming to mind as I think of this question.
You would do better to look up Harba and see what.
Harba or Harb?
I thought it was Harba.
The Hysterical Architectural Review Board, or is this something other than that?
Oh, maybe it is just Harb.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
historical,
probably just
but
Harb.
everybody around here calls them hysterical because they're
Historical Architectural Review Board.
hysterical. And I say this, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with preserving historical buildings and stuff like that, but there's always been this struggle in Gettysburg to preserve history and let people live their lives in whatever modern day they're living in, so that makes it interesting. But I love it here, so obviously it's not that bad. I mean, when I buy property, I'm going to leave town, but it's just because I want open space. I want wide open spaces, and it's not in town because it's a town, and that's how it works, folks. Towns don't have open spaces. Countryside does. Okay? All right.
Cool.
Okay. Ronnie lives up on a beautiful pine tree encrusted hill and looks down on all of us little folk. So here I am with my lawyer's salary and looking down on you with my heated driveway. And just to make sure the heat's working, I say, Mother, slide down the hill. If you slide down the hill, that means the heat isn't working. No, but no, she doesn't do that, ladies and gentlemen. She does not do that. All right, and then, so I hope that answered your question there, sir. And if it didn't, if we've got no other business to get to, then, ladies and gentlemen...
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
Hey, now wait a minute.
Okay, Ronnie Ronstadt, what news have you gotten this week? Let's try that again. What news is in your crystal ball from the past?
All right, so let's start with a relevant story here locally to some national headlines. Unfortunately, I'm sure we're all aware of the mass shooting that happened in Tulsa at the medical building where 4 people lost their lives, and the shooter also took his.
No, I didn't hear that. When did that happen?
Earlier this week, Tuesday, I think it was. And then Thursday, our local hospital actually... There's not too many details in the paper or in the news media, but Gettysburg officials basically took the precautionary step of locking down the hospital here based on some information that police were investigating. The positive is there was no shooting, there was no bomb, nothing like that, and ultimately there was no threat of any kind to the WellSpan facilities, but scary situation. I mean, and it's not too far off from something that literally made national news because... Yeah. I think it was a disgruntled patient, was upset with the surgeon, threatened the surgeon, came back with a gun, killed a patient, 2 doctors, a receptionist, took his own life. It just, you never know.
Yeah, it's, don't you wish we had not closed the asylums,
I don't know, man. That's a conversation for another day because other countries have mentally ill people too, and I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know what the issues are, but
we don't do anything for them. We just let them roam or say, here, take this pill, and it's and then they don't take the pills.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm glad nothing happened because that would have been too much because this is a nice town and we don't like that stuff happening.
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of news, it was.
What? No, Michael Scott was just telling us something. Go ahead.
So in terms of news, it was outside of Memorial Day. It kind of shortened the week, right? So the holiday, the parade went off without a hitch. It seemed kind of short this year. Did it? Not, yeah.
It really did. And your buddy Ross, he got his way somehow. by the hand of God, because he didn't say anything, did he?
I actually reached out because the group that he was angry that was allowed to participate in the parade did not ultimately end up participating in the parade, and I don't know why.
For people that didn't hear last week's show, give them the background there that you mentioned last week.
So Ross Hetrick, president of the Thaddeus Stevens Society, enrolled the Thaddeus Stevens Society in the parade, or registered us for the parade this year. He portrayed Thaddeus Stevens, and another young lady portrayed Lydia Hamilton Smith, and they carried the banner. But when they got the lineup of the parade route and the parade attendees, the irony was our particular group was put right in front of what was supposed to be the Sons of Confederate Marylanders or something. I forget what it was, but it was a Confederate reenacting group basically, right. And I saw them march in the 2019 video it's up on YouTube, and they were doing the whole chanting, who are we, and all this other stuff, which arguably
did they do that last year at Remembrance Day too?
So an actual reenactment group was doing that kind of stuff, like doing the Rebel Yell and everything, like whatever. But this is more, I guess, the ancestors of these particular Confederate soldiers that walk, and they were a little bit more subdued, but arguably it's still the Memorial Day parade, which should have a little bit more dignity, I would argue.
Mm-hmm. Like don't dress as the men who killed the people we're memorializing.
Well, that's the first problem.
Yeah.
It is a union.
Could you imagine
holiday.
if we allowed Vietnamese reenactors and or Viet Cong reenactors or Nazi reenactors and like every enemy of our armed forces?
Yeah, so kind of weird. But anyway, the upshot is that organization just was not in the parade. So you and I talked about that a little bit because I don't know if it was a concerted decision. I would think it had to have been, because it was a group of people in previous parades. It wasn't one or two people carrying a banner. It was a group of people, and the fact that nobody showed up, they had to have made a decision, or a decision had to have been made. So somehow they were not in it. So I can only speculate as to why that is. Ross just when I asked him if he had heard why they weren't there, he just said they didn't show up. So I don't know. I don't know if somebody asked them politely not to show up.
Maybe they watched the show last week and they said,
that's probably it. They have a good point. We shouldn't be in the parade where our ancestors were killing the people who are being honored for protecting the country that we wanted to leave. Yes,
they're like, that girl in that address in Gettysburg has a good point. Yeah.
That's probably
Scorpion woman.
Probably exactly. So, but anyway, the Memorial Day holiday was nice. There was the ceremony opening night of TAPS that we attended.
Yes, very nice.
Which kind of I'll just roll into just a quick reminder that goes every night through Labor Day. So 7 p.m. is TAPS at the National Cemetery. Right previous to that, at 5:30 every night, the Licensed Battlefield Association, Licensed Battlefield Guide Association has a member do a free tour, interpretive tour of the cemetery. So 5:30, go get your free tour, stay for TAPS, honor the guys that are in our cemetery.
Did you took that tour, right? Or were you?
I think not on Memorial Day, but I've taken it other years.
So you caught the tail end of it when I saw you. Oh yeah, no, you walked up. That's right. That's right. So, yeah, I caught the tail end of it too. Yeah, that's a nice thing that you can catch during the summer is those tours.
And every
night.
day it's different, because every day it's a different guide.
Different guide.
Every day they touch on different people. Yep. They have a different perspective. So you can go literally every night throughout the summer for all 100 nights and get a different.
Yeah, like if you're here 4 nights, like a 4-day weekend or something like that, and you go there every night after dinner or before dinner or whatever, you'll get a different story.
Sure.
And it'll be cool. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So just to finish out the news, I have some positive. We have a new business in town.
Oh.
I don't know if you knew about this, but ironically, I had not heard any hubbub about this whatsoever until this week. Someone, I think, posted on Borough Vent or some random thing on Facebook. Hey, does anyone know where I can get an acai bowl? Right? Or am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Acai.
Whatever.
So I was like, that is the most random question, right? Like, and then all of a sudden these people started responding, oh, the Gettysburg Smoothie Company, the Gettysburg so it's totally a plant because
Yeah,
like
of course.
10 people responded with links to the
all
thing.
at once.
But over the weekend, the Gettysburg Smoothie Company opened on York Street, just about 2 storefronts down from For the Historian. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So good for them. Good.
Yeah,
for the town,
congratulations.
and yeah.
Well, I guess I'll be going to get some smoothies.
I have smoothies, and they have bowls. You can, I guess, get your base and your different toppings and granola and all kinds of stuff.
See, that's what we need to do is one of us needs to go into a Facebook page and we need to be like, does anybody know a wonderful podcast that talks about Gettysburg in the past and today? And then everybody all at the same time, almost like, how did they all know?
It's kind of ingenious, actually, because it caught my attention.
It's called shilling.
A random question, right?
Yeah.
Like, who's coming to Gettysburg asking, like, where can I get this?
Right.
Like random thing.
Vegans.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, congratulations to the new owners. Somebody did put a name. I apologize. I forget the name. Paul, maybe something. Apparently he owns some other store or some other business in town, and that's. Anyway, congratulations and good luck with the new business.
Yeah. Good. All right, I'll be checking that out.
Cool.
All right, good. And that's all for the news.
This weekend, where the action is. What's there to do and see when you're in town this weekend? Here's Valerie and Veronica to fill you in.
It's all covered.
What do I do?
All right, so just to recap what Bethany told us is a reminder that tomorrow is work day at the park.
Yes.
So if you're interested, if you have a few hours to donate, Friends of the Gettysburg Foundation are doing their annual work day registrations from 7 to 8 in the morning right here in the parking lot for the buses. There's 2 different sessions from 8 to 11:30, 11:30 then to 1 for lunch, and then another session of work from 1 to 3. Bethany and Aaron reminded us that if you don't feel like you can do all those hours, you can come for an hour, 2, 5, whatever. But it's a way to give back to the park and maybe get a cool shirt from it. So pretty cool.
Yeah, do it for the shirt, if anything.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Just a reminder, if you are going to go and you have not registered, mention addressing Gettysburg so the girls know not to look for you and know where you heard about it.
Right. You're not pre-registered, in other words, so that they know that you heard about it from us. Yeah, okay.
All right. So the other big news is it's Pride Month.
Yes.
Which means the first week is the Pride Gettysburg. So tonight kicks off a bar crawl at 9 p.m. They're going to start at One Lincoln. That's one of the sponsors. And then you'll notice all of the different bars and restaurants that have the rainbow flag. They are official sponsors of the event. So please patronize those folks. But go
and by
at your own
patronize,
pace.
she means go and give them your business. Don't talk down to them. Yeah,
Right, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
patronize,
thank you.
not patronize.
Right.
Good call. Yes,
So they
yes,
are
that's
spelled
correct.
the same.
Patronize. Yep. So
Yeah, you're
That
a
was
patron.
that
You're
was
a patron, not a
mansplaining.
patron.
you can.
Oh yeah,
patronize
he
a
just
business.
mansplained to you on Gay Week.
I know.
Oh my God, Veronica.
Tomato, tomantes, permontes, whatever. Tomorrow is the parade starting at noon, and then there are going to be over 50 vendors all around Lincoln Square, as well as my understanding is Carlisle Street this year, at least through town, is going to be blocked off for some events. And
It wasn't last year? No, it wasn't.
Carlisle, I don't think
it
was
wasn't.
blocked off. Maybe it was. Maybe part of it was. So
No,
maybe-
because I came to. No, but I walked. I don't know. No, I don't think it was.
I remember Ross and George sitting at the
hotel
right outside the hotel, but I
Yeah.
can't remember if maybe the first block was. I'm not sure.
I don't
but it is
remember.
for sure
Okay.
this year.
All right,
So
very
there's all
good.
kinds of different things. The main stage is right on the square. So if you're interested, look up GettysburgPride.org,
Okay.
and there's a full listing of. You know what? Let me make sure it wasn't GettysburgPride.com. Anyway, Google it.
Just Google Gettysburg Pride.
Yeah, there's a full list of all the activities that are going on this weekend. There's a lot of stuff to pick from.
Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button there. Go ahead.
Good?
Yeah. I
right.
didn't mean to hit anything.
Also in town this weekend, the Confederation of Union Generals are going to be set up at the Heritage Center.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be free demonstrations and/or speeches Saturday at 1 o'clock and at 4 o'clock, and then Sunday at noon and at 3. So go on out and meet some of the Union generals and the female heroines of the Civil War era. The Association of Licensed Battlefield Guides officially kick off their Tuesday evening summer walking tour this coming Tuesday with our own buddy, Mike Rupert. He's going to be talking about General Humphrey's division. That starts at 5 p.m. if you want to go, you must register in advance. There's no walk-up registration. So go on their website and register. It's $35 for a 3-hour walking tour with a licensed battlefield guide. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. So you got to register ahead of time.
Got to register in advance.
Yeah.
That's the new CUA, I think. Yeah. Not new, but in effect last
It's
year.
what's being enforced, yeah.
And then just a reminder, the National Park Service this week announced the beginning of their summer 2022 battle walk and campfire schedule. They claim they're going to be They claim they're going to be adding to it throughout the summer, but they have announced that it's going to kick off with Troy Harmon doing a wheat field walk next Saturday at 10 a.m.
Oh,
so
very
the
nice.
battle walks are back.
Okay, good.
And there's going to be some campfires and everything like that. So go on over to the National Park Service's website and get the full entire rundown, and then continue to go back and get updates, because throughout the summer they're going to be adding some more things. And then just a final reminder, there's all kinds of stuff to do in town, guys. I feel like a broken record every week reminding the Wills House, the train station, the visitor center, the Spangler Farm is now open for the summer, the farmers market, the Underground Railroad tours at McAllister's Mill are every Saturday through August, $10. If you just meet there at the parking lot, you do not need to register. Just bring $10 donation. And it's at 11 o'clock in the morning. You can get a tour of the Underground Railroad site that we can confirm here in the Gettysburg area. So lots of stuff to do.
Yeah, always something to do. And again, this weekend being Pride weekend, there's going to be a lot of things to see, a lot of things to do. We don't know what they all are. But next year we have to work on getting someone who actually represents the organization to come on and
I would assume our councilman, who's actually the president of the organization as well, Chad Allen Carr, would be a good spokesman.
Well,
he
then,
spearheaded it 6 years ago, and they're running strong.
And I'm sure he's a big fan of the show. And so, Chad, come on the show anytime, and you'll hear Veronica say this.
Zabawa?
And I've got something here for you, Veronica. I don't know if I want to. I might want to just wait until you actually make a funny joke, or
You'll be waiting for a while.
yeah, I might be right. No, you usually have funny jokes. I just lost it. Damn it! Where'd you go?
Darn.
Hold on. Here it is.
Veronica had a very funny joke today.
Or this one.
Wait, Veronica, please tell me this is some kind of sick, tasteless joke.
What is that from?
From Anchorman. But you don't watch movies.
You scorpion!
You think I'm lying to you? I'm like,
I know. I'm saying you don't watch movies. I don't understand how you don't watch movies. They're wonderful.
Okay.
Anyway, just to acknowledge some people that we have here before we go. Casey Turbin, our live sound guy. He helped us on the February show from the Farnsworth House with the live sound. And Chris, I always pronounce your name as Whitmore, but I heard you say to Eric Whittemore.
Whittemore,
yeah. That's very upper crust of you. What's that, bud?
I've heard it a bunch of different ways. I answered it just about anything.
Okay. Yeah, it's whatever. Just as long as I don't call you late for dinner, right? That whole thing. Okay. And then also one of the members of our itty bitty big party committee, Janelle Kearns is here. Janelle, this is the first time she's come by and seen everything. Hello, Janelle. Thank you for coming. And how's everything going on the committee? Very exciting, right?
Very smoothly. Everything's wonderful.
Everything's wonderful. Okay, good. And ladies and gentlemen, the only details that I have to give you at this moment are save the date, August 20th. Not only is it a Get Out of the Car tour, but it is also going to be our second live show from Camp Farnsworth,
cool.
Also known as Camp Tiger, previously known as Camp Tiger.
Camp Cool.
Camp Cool is what it's going to be Camp Cool after we go there, I'll tell you that much. But no, so we're going to do a live show there. It's going to be outdoors. It's going to be fun. We don't know exactly all that's going to happen yet, but we'll pull something out of our ass by the time the show comes. August 20th. Save the date. It's going to be a whole thing, tour in the morning, middle of the day break, show and dinner at night. Barbecue. We're going to do barbecue.
Nice.
Yes.
All right, cool.
And it should be fun. It should be fun. You know why it should be fun? Because we're going to make it fun. What?
The Farnsworth House for, I think, Easter one year had a really fantastic barbecue ham. Like they put
really?
some, yes, it was fantastic. I don't think they've I don't remember them having it since, but they were sliced ham. It was like a barbecue. It was really good.
Interesting.
Really, really good. So maybe we can talk that.
But is ham a summer barbecue?
Yeah, why not? I'm
meal?
telling you, it was really good.
I mean, ham to me just reminds me of Easter, and then when nobody's looking, I'd scrape
You
it
guys
off the
keep
plate.
talking about food before I get to eat. I'm gonna kill everyone.
And deviled eggs, and the whole 9 yards. All right, but that's it. So we're going to go, and thank you all for listening. Thank you for being patient with us as we started late. Thank you, everybody that came in today. Have a gay old weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you next time.
Addressing Gettysburg Today is hosted by Matt Callery and Veronica Brestensky, Esquire. Produced by Eric, the producer, Moni. Applause led by Owen the Clabber. Guests of Addressing Gettysburg Today stay wherever they want. That's not our concern. To be a guest on the show, send an email to eric@addressinggettysburg.com. Addressing Gettysburg broadcasts from the Gettys Bike Tour Studios. Get a 15% discount on your next tour with Gettys Bike. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg Today. Thanks for listening.
Joyful tears when they saw the honored flag they had not seen for years. Hardly could they be restrained from
And you're going diarrhea.
while we were marching through Georgia. Hurrah, hurrah, we bring the jubilee. Hurrah, hurrah, the flag that makes you free. So we sang the chorus from Atlanta to the sea. While we were marching through Georgia. While we were marching through Georgia.
Bullshit.
Zabawa? Well, the visitor center already explains that.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's not a chicken.
This concludes our broadcast.